Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. All right, folks, first up, the FBI Director Kash Patel today tweeted out a video highlighting crypto scams and frauds, and he stated the following: crypto fraudsters have been scamming and taking advantage of the American people for too long. No more. This FBI will find you and we will bring you to justice. So it seems like the FBI is about to ramp up their efforts around crypto frauds, which is good, regardless of if you're a fan of Kash Patel or not, or what's happening under the Trump administration. I think this is very good because we need to make sure we are stopping the bad actors who are taking advantage of people who may not be fully educated about the technology. There's a lot of rug pulls, a lot of scam tokens, meme coins. A lot of them are scams, right? So this is good. We need to make sure that we are doing the best that we can to protect investors. Now, the timing is interesting because obviously the Clarity Act is at the cusp of potentially being passed. And even if it doesn't happen, within the next month and a half or so, I think we're seeing a lot of institutions are building out their crypto services. So crypto is becoming more prominent, more mainstream. It's become ubiquitous. It's appearing everywhere. So I think it's important for the FBI to do their job here and start ramping up their efforts to get things done. Now, you should see the community notes under this tweet because it's highlighting Donald Trump's meme coin, Melania's meme coin, and the other crypto companies attached to Donald Trump, like World Liberty Financial and more. Now, I don't think Donald Trump launched a token just to scam people. I think it was a bad decision. I've been saying it from day one. No president, no politician, elected politician should have something like that, and let alone the first lady, right? It's nonsense. Horrible optics, as I've said from day one. I don't actually mind his sons, like Eric Trump and Donald Jr. having American Bitcoin, because that's a mining operation. You actually have to put the work in to earn the tokens versus just, minting a whole bunch of tokens and doing any types of scam stuff like meme coins, right? A lot of people are roasting Kash Patel a bit here. And this is where I said from a while ago, I wish Donald Trump didn't do this because it takes away from the other great things he did for crypto. Getting Gary Gensler fired, pushing to get these government agencies to collectively come together and put together rules for crypto, pushing to get the Genius Act done. All these great things getting overshadowed by his meme coin, his wife's meme coin. So he didn't do himself any services here. But again, regardless of which political party you're affiliated with, this is very good that the FBI is ramping up their efforts, going after crypto fraudsters. And I think they may be seeing what's on the horizon. You get the Clarity Act passed, you get a whole bunch of crypto adoption and innovation, more people investing. So you got to make sure you protect the investors. Now, speaking of scams, Microsoft found malware that hijacks crypto wallets and spreads through USB sticks. So folks, we always have to be careful. I always tell you guys, don't trust, verify. You see an unfamiliar website or link, you get a fishy email, you always got to make sure you check and double check these emails. It may come from an exchange, but it may be a hacker, phishing, having a perfectly copied version of that email or website. Always be careful and double check everything. So let me give you the details. Malware that spreads via USB sticks has been infecting Windows personal computers and targeting crypto wallets since February, Microsoft said in a blog post. The firm calls the malware a crypto clipper, and its Defender antivirus identifies it as Trojan Win32/Crypto Bandits. The process starts with an infected USB drive containing a malicious shortcut or link or file. In Windows, shortcut file names end in .inc, or what it looks like 1NK, and direct the operating system to open a specific program, folder, or file stored elsewhere on your computer. When a user plugs in that drive and clicks the shortcut, a type of malware known as a worm is installed onto the PC. Once installed, it does two things. It constantly runs the actual crypto wallet stealing code and simultaneously waits for a new clean USB to be plugged into the same PC. So You get any type of fishy USB stick, somebody hands something to you, just be careful, right? Again, double check everything. So watch out for these things, folks. There's a lot of bad actors out there trying to steal your crypto. Now, folks, we continue to see major capitulation from banks and big institutions around crypto. There are still people out there who think crypto is just a scam, it's just fake money, it's a Ponzi. They haven't been educated. Now, are there scams in the crypto industry? Of course, just like there's scams in the banking industry, in the gambling industry, in every industry, there's bad actors doing scams, right? But this technology is legit. There's a lot of great things being built. And we are seeing the biggest institutions in the world adopting the technology. Here, we got an update, and I actually missed this from earlier in the week. Zelle, the payments platform, they are launching a stablecoin. Yes, a stablecoin called Zelle USD. This is wild. We continue to see the adoption of blockchain tech and stablecoin tech. It's so amazing. So peer-to-peer payment service Zelle will expand to India later this year. The payment services first international market since the payment service launched nearly a decade ago. It says here the company said it will be creating its own US dollar backed stablecoin known as Zelle USD that will serve as a backbone for other international markets. So this is further validation of this technology and why we are headed to that token economy where the capital markets, the governments, and the economy is all running on blockchain rails. Just incredible. And here's another example of adoption. Franklin Templeton, which has trillions of dollars of assets under management, files for 2 ETFs that would automatically reinvest stock dividends into Bitcoin, starting with a 95/5 equity to Bitcoin split with exposure capped at 20%. So these big TradFi institutions are getting very creative. Just this week, BlackRock launched their premium income ETF, right? So they're going beyond just the spot ETFs, which have been, incredible. The inflows have been massive. And BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF was the fastest growing ETF in the history of ETFs. And now they're expanding, guys. This is very, very bullish. And they're doing it in the bear market when the price is down because they know what's coming, guys. The markets are cyclical. So this is where you have to have that macro view. So this is a very creative one. It's very, very interesting. And the competition's heating up. So in recent years, experts have recommended that investors allocate 1 to 5% of their portfolios to Bitcoin, hailing the cryptocurrency as a diversifier. Now, Franklin Templeton, which manage billions of dollars for clients, is looking to offer 2 alternative investment vehicles that do just that. The key feature is that the proposed exchange traded funds use corporate dividends to buy exposure to Bitcoin, creating an indirect, steady source of demand for the largest cryptocurrency. In a Thursday filing with the SEC, the company registered the Franklin US Equity Bitcoin DRIP Index ETF and the Franklin US Innovation Bitcoin DRIP Index ETF. Both are designed to maintain an allocation of 95% in US equities and 5% in Bitcoin. They will hold large cap US stocks, with the first offering broad market exposure and the second focus on growth and innovation companies. Any dividends collected will be reinvested in Bitcoin ETFs, futures, or other instruments. Folks, this is huge. You're seeing the convergence of these asset classes. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what's to come. They're going to do this for Ethereum and XRP and other assets, right? So you can pick your flavor. And they're also going to do it from an index standpoint. They may do the top 10 crypto assets by market cap, excluding stablecoins, and mix it with stocks and mix it with gold and silver, right? They're going to get creative, folks. So this is going to allow more capital to come in for folks who may say, look, I want to hold some Bitcoin, but also maybe I'm not a full-on believer yet. I don't have that huge conviction, but I believe in diversifying, and I'm gonna go this route. While there's others that say, give me that full-on Bitcoin spot ETF, give me that Bitcoin income premium income ETF, and all these things. So different flavors for different folks here. This is really, really good and very bullish. Now, guys, a great place where you can invest in crypto and precious metals like gold and silver is with iTrust Capital. But what's unique about this platform, you are investing via an IRA. You may say, Tony, why the hell would I want to invest via an IRA? I already use Coinbase or other exchanges, right? Well, in an IRA, when you are selling, you don't incur long-term or short-term capital gains taxes. And we know capital gains taxes are highway robbery by the governments, but unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. But you can be sheltered within the IRA and reduce your tax implications. And again, not only can you invest in crypto and all the top assets. iTrust has over 90 crypto assets: Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Solana, all the top assets and new ones as well, as including stablecoins. And they also offer staking, but also you can get exposure to gold and silver. And it's not paper gold or silver, it's the physical assets. So if you ever want to redeem it, you can do so. And it's 24/7. You can buy and sell within the account at 24/7. It's low cost, no monthly fee. And if you have an existing 401k or IRA, you can simply roll it over to iTrust Capital's version. They also have a premium custody account, which uses Coinbase Prime, which BlackRock uses. So you're getting institutional grade crypto custody. This is a great option that you can put your assets there and sleep at night, knowing that it's safe. It's also a closed loop system. So if someone hacks into your account, they cannot withdraw anything because the funds will only go to your bank account. It's also low fees and you can go in and out 24/7. So great options. I have an account with them. You can have a dual strategy where you have this IRA set up for these assets for your long-term view on both asset classes. And by the way, they're going to add stocks soon. So you can have access to crypto, precious metals, and stocks. And you can have your outside the IRA, accounts where you may be, going in and out of those frequently, but the long term is sheltered from those taxes. So something to think about, and you got to check it out, guys. And if you sign up at my link, you can get $100 funding bonus. So go to itrustcapital.com/go/thinkingcrypto. Link will be in the description. Okay, moving ahead, Charles Schwab to enter the prediction markets with S&P 500 wagers. This is big. Charles Schwab just went all in on crypto. Many of you know they launched the Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. They're going to do a lot more. I'm sure they're going to launch their own stablecoin at some point, but now they're getting into prediction markets. And folks, I've been talking about it for a long time. Eventually, all these markets are going to be blurred into one because it's all going to be blockchain based. And there's not going to be crypto and prediction and this market and that, but it's all going to be together, folks. So the competition's heating up. So this is where these crypto native firms, they need to, up their services because these TradFi institutions, these Wall Street firms, they've got the network of customers. They've got the white glove service. They have the experience. They have all the bells and whistles and the guardrails in place. They just have to simply build a product, right? Or even go acquire some of these companies and integrate it into their business. So huge. And then they're going to allow you to bet on S&P 500. And it's this is going to be wild. I'm sure there's going to have to be regulations around this. Look, I do believe in the free market, but I believe that, like for example, you can go to Vegas, you can go to the casino, but that's still regulated, right? You got to make sure that the investors, consumers are educated and they're protected. So it's incredible, the big names that are getting involved here. Now, Kraken Exchange has launched on-chain token trading for 2,500 plus Solana-based tokens directly in its app. No separate wallet, no seed phrases, instantly available to US and 100 plus country customers. So incredible innovation here by Kraken. And many of you know we are waiting for Kraken to go public. I think they're waiting for more favorable market conditions, but they're going to be one of the big crypto IPOs for sure. They've been doing a lot of acquisitions. They've been launching a lot of products and services. So Kraken's going to be a powerhouse for sure. All right, moving ahead, Base, which is the Ethereum Layer 2 created by Coinbase, targets June 25th mainnet launch for Beryl upgrade and new B20 token standard. So Base's second network upgrade, Beryl, introduces B20, a native token standard built directly into the chain's node software rather than as a smart contract, and lands on mainnet June 25th. The upgrade also cuts Base standard and withdrawal delay to Ethereum from 7 to 5 days, building on withdrawal improvements introduced with the Azul upgrade in May. So this is great. They continue to improve, and Base is getting a lot of adoption from institutions. Now, the big thing a lot of people are waiting for is for them to launch your token. That will be a token I will invest in, guys. I miss BNB, and that obviously did really well. That's the Binance Smart Chain token. And when Coinbase launches their token, folks, I'm going to grab this. Now, I'm not gonna buy it the moment, depending on the risk hype and it pumps immediately. You guys know how I operate. I don't buy into pumps. I wait for it to collapse and then I grab it when it's down, right? Like I'm buying right now, altcoins and Bitcoin and much more. So once this thing is ready to go, I'm going to let you guys know. And this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm going to do. Obviously, you may have the same idea that you want to invest in it, but the second largest crypto exchange in the world, obviously the largest one in the United States, launching a token on their Ethereum layer 2, which is getting tons of adoption from institutions and retail. I'm definitely going to grab that token, guys. But again, not financial advice. Do your own research. Not guaranteeing that this is going to do super well, but I'm planning to grab the token once it goes live. Okay, final news item. GoMining challenges Jack Dorsey's Square with payments system designed around Bitcoin. So many of you know Jack Dorsey, big time Bitcoin bull, doing a lot of innovation with Block and Square. And it looks like he's got a challenger here. So Bitcoin mining company GoMining said it's making it easier for companies to accept Bitcoin payments, bringing it into competition with companies like Block's Square. Where GoMining says it differs from the incumbents is that the entire transaction is completed in Bitcoin. Many competitors, including Square, allow customers to pay in Bitcoin while delivering fiat currency to the retailer. GoMining retailers who want fiat will need to handle the conversion themselves. Very interesting. Here's a quote. Our idea isn't to squeeze Bitcoin into the old fiat experience and lose what makes it Bitcoin along the way. CEO Mark Zelle said in an interview over Telegram, it's to solve the real problems with Bitcoin payments, the high and variable fees, and slow and unpredictable settlement while preserving non-custody and on-chain finality. GoMining Software Development Kit SDK and application programming interfaces for its Bitcoin payment protocol GoBTC Pay unveiled Friday, enabling retailers to access its GoBTC payment system. The company plans to recruit an initial 10 merchants as part of the rollout, it said. Now, the only thing I see might be a challenge here is reporting on taxes because we still don't have regulatory clarity on taxes. That is still something being crafted called the Parity Act, right? I've had guests on who've talked about it. So we'll see if they run into issues with the regulators because, how are they going to document this to the tax man? And you guys know you don't want to mess with the IRS, right? The government will come after you, man. I mean, that's how they caught Al Capone on taxes, right? So this is going to be a tricky one, but maybe I'll try to get him on the pod to talk about this and how they're going to handle the taxes issues and reporting, especially when there's not a conversion to stablecoins. But I think this would be great if you can just do crypto to crypto payments and accept that, right? But again, how will the government handle this? Would they like this? Will they come shut this down? We're going to have to wait and see. Folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't as yet. Be sure to support the podcast by subscribing to my free email newsletter on Substack. It is 100% free, guys. Sign up. I only put a write-up out once per week, so I don't spam, and it's packed with tons of value. So check it out. Link will be in the description. Grab a copy of my book. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. And check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you everything you need to know about blockchain tech and crypto. Right now, we got a huge sale where you can get 50% off the price. Use the code BEAR, BEAR, at checkout to get that 50% off. And again, all the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.